Hello. First of all, thank you so much for visiting my space. And this video is all about spring onions, growing spring onions, and also growing them successfully indoors. I purchased these from a local store to use them for cooking purpose. And whenever I cut the roots off of the spring onions, I use all the green stuff and the white stuff until the root, and the last ends of the roots I use those for replanting. Since it's winter time, I have all the pots inside, and the soil seems to be little dry, so I'm adding some water to the soil to get it little wet. So whenever I put the roots, the spring onion roots in there, if I put water on top of them, like so much water, they might disturb the roots after I plant them. So I thought I'll just wet the soil first and then start planting these roots. So you have to make sure the ones that have roots, at least a small amount of roots, to be to consider for planting, because the ones without any roots might not survive, but most of the ones, like 99% of the ones I have, all came with the roots. And now I'm just mixing up the soil. This loosens up the soil a little for the roots to grow easily. Starting to plant the roots, like the spring onion root bottom, one by one into the soil. Usually for the first time gardeners, the most suggestions they get is to start with leafy greens. So because the reasons are they grow easily and less maintenance, and they also give you results very soon, like within like 2 to 3 weeks. But what I recommend is the first vegetable to grow is the spring onions, because they kind of start growing right the next day, and you will be able to harvest them within a week to 10 days. And also you'll see them growing so fast, and you don't have to invest in seeds. It's just that you buy the spring onions, cook them, and you use the waste to replant. So that is the benefit of starting with spring onions if you are a first time gardener. Once you see them growing, you'll get the satisfaction and the encouragement to start gardening more and more, do the gardening more and more, adding more and more vegetables to your garden. So here I'm adding one by one with some spacing between them. I have planted all of them now. So you see the white spots on the soil, so those are the ones. And now I'm going to sprinkle some water on top of them, so it's just to boost the growth, keep them from drying out. By the way, there are multiple varieties in these. They are also called scallions or green onions. This is after about 10 days or so. You see the growth. So for some of them it's grown so good, for some of them it's not. It's because there is a pot at the end of this. This pot, I kept a pot on top of this pot, which is covering the light that comes out of the window or the grow lights. So part of the spring onions doesn't get any light. So now you notice the importance of the light, right? So this is after another week. So these are completely grown, but the other ones on the right, they are just started growing, because from couple of days I removed the pot from blocking the light. And also if you see, they are bent kind of right side towards right. It's because the grow lights are on the right side of the pot, and somehow they are growing towards the lights. And I keep the grow lights on every day night for at least 4 to 5 hours, sometimes overnight. And yeah, so this is the latest photo, and you see that most of them are ready to pick, but some of them are still growing. And the ones on the right, once I took off that pot that was blocking the light, they grew so much, if you notice. And the other ones here, the ones that are not even started growing, or the new ones I added again this week. So that's it guys, I hope this video has been informative and useful for you. If you like the video, please do subscribe to my channel. Please like the video. Thank you.